Hello everyone, welcome to Axon Health. This is our first official YouTube video. I have never made a YouTube video in my life, so this should be very funny because I have zero technological skills. So let me move this down a little bit. So we are a mobile chiropractic. Well, first of all, my wife and I, we are both chiropractors, graduated last year. We are both working in a mobile chiropractic office that we set up ourselves. It is our business. We go to people's homes. Let me turn my phone off. And we are very excited to start our first YouTube channel. I have been asked for years to get in front of a camera because I thrive and I love it and I love to talk. So this is just something that's been in the making for a long time, and I'm excited to bring this to you. So let me tell you a little bit about ourselves. So we worked for a personal injury clinic for about 8 months. We learned a lot. It was a great experience, but we realized that we wanted to be out on our own. And, starting a business is scary. As I'm sure a lot of you know, starting a business for your first time, have an income, set them out, come back to zero, nothing. Got to hustle a little bit, get things off the ground. So it's definitely an exciting feeling for everyone. My wife and I are very excited to bring this channel to you. I am very excited to get this channel rolling. I literally didn't even know how to use my recorder. I've had MacBooks my whole life. I had no idea QuickTime Player was even a thing. But let's talk about our philosophy, what we believe in. So there's a couple things I'm extremely passionate about. I'm a very evidence-based person, but I realize that the empirical side of the evidence-based triad is not everything when it comes to evidence. A huge mistake I see people make a lot. Anecdotes usually lead to hypothesis, which actually create empirical data. That doesn't mean anecdotes themselves are not important. They are part of the evidence-based triad as well as patient preference. They are very important. Sometimes the evidence is more substantiary. Sometimes things are based off anecdotes. They haven't been proven yet. Doesn't mean they're not worthwhile as long as you state that the empirical data hasn't proved it yet. And patient preference is not looked at enough. We live in a society what we people call a practitioner-centered care base, where people look to the practitioner to get them better, and we are about a patient-centered approach, been proven in recent evidence to have better long-term success. The patient has to do things on their own. We provide tools, whether you are a medical doctor, chiropractor, so on and so forth. The tools are provided in most cases, and the patient takes them on their own time and goes about the rehab process. I can only do so much for you, a physical therapist, a primary care, and so forth. So what do we believe in? We believe in a multidisciplinary approach. I am a chiropractor and I cannot solve everything. The manipulation itself has a lot of cool neurophysiological effects. It has been shown for a lot of acute low back pain. The research is okay. And actually, we know that what we do helps a lot in a lot of different musculoskeletal cases. We also don't just adjust. Our schooling is almost 4 years. It's very competitive with 5 national board exams and so on and so forth. But none of that matters because we're not here to outprove each other. There are things I know I'm good at. There are things I know physical therapists are better at, so on and so forth. We love referral-based atmosphere. I'm going to refer someone to when they need it. If I believe that there's a lot of adhesions in the muscle, they need some stripping, and I don't have the time for it, I will refer them to a good massage therapist. If a person's blood markers aren't that well, if I look at some lab results and I think they need to see their cardiologist, I am referring them to a cardiologist. I cannot solve everything. That is, we both can. My wife and I, we are big on that. So how does our care work? Initial examinations, an hour. We come to you. I see males. My wife sees females to keep comfort at just a more acceptable level. And I think the patients enjoy that for now. If we ever open up an office, obviously I will see women and so on and so forth. But for now, I see men. My wife sees females. And in that initial examination, what do you get? You get, orthopedic tests, ranges of motion, MRSs, muscle, reflex, and sensory, and a whole entire in-depth specific examination to you so I can go home and decide, okay, what do I think this patient needs? Do I think that this patient needs some structured rehabilitation? Do I think this patient maybe needs just a manipulation of their SI joint? And one thing, bones do not go out of place, guys. If your bones are out of place and you had a true, luxation, you'd be in the hospital. It's not what's going on. It's more of a lack of range of motion and some adhesions around the joint area and stuff like that. So your neck is not out of place, your back is not out of place, your SI is not out. And these are just common misconceptions in the field, and that's completely okay. I'm not here to prove to anyone. My wife and I, we like to educate. If you don't believe in chiropractic, that is completely fine. I know great people that can help you, whether it's from social media or in person. Still building a presence in the Colorado Springs area, but we are excited to be bringing this care to you and catered to your home or your business. So secondary treatments are 20 minutes usually. Go over stuff like that. The second one is when I bring my care plan to you. We do not believe in these chiropractors that say see 3 times a week. Some people like doing that. It's completely fine. That's not what we believe in. It's not founded by any evidence whatsoever. That is not to put down people that get results from that. If you like doing that, again, that is awesome. It's not how I roll. It's not how my wife rolls. We roll on what does the literature say right now for care plans? When is it okay to shoot an MRI? Give you an example, 4 to 6 weeks of failed conservative care and shooting an MRI thinking that you suspecting what you already know and it's going to change your treatment plan. That's a huge misconception when it comes to imaging. Imaging is used wrong almost always in all professions. So we want the best for the patient. We want what's most cost efficient for the patient, and we want them to get better in the long run by teaching them tools that they can use long term to help themselves. We're talking about rehab. We're talking about exercise. We're talking about mental health. We're talking about a whole wide variety of things, whether we're referring out or working on ourselves, co-managing to get the patient better. It's about you, and as I said before, the evidence-based triad is involved with a multitude of different things. So remember, empirical data, the studies, anecdotal experience, what we see in practice, and patient preference. So this care plan that we go over together, if it doesn't fit what you believe or what you think, even if I tell you this is what the literature says or this is what I've seen, you want something a little different, that is okay. That is amazing. It's your care. I'm here to help you and provide you tools, and we're going to do what's best for you. So that's a little bit about us. Background exercise physiology. A lot of people tell me I should have gotten a PhD in exercise science. Just too specific for me. I follow a lot of the big guys. Eric Helms, Dr. Mike Israetel, Lane Norton, my buddy Chris Barakat, Greg Knuckles, Mike Zordos, Brad Schoenfield. Just the list. I love the research realm and all the anecdote guys too that I follow. Some people, again, you don't have to have a degree to know what you're talking about. Big misconception. You don't have to have the most aesthetic physique to know what you're talking about as well. I know a lot of researchers that don't compete, and they know a lot more than people that do compete and have these very high social media following accounts. But we all know that. And that's not to say anything about their character. It's just the reality of what's going on. I like to speak about the reality. I was a very aggressive and angry person in the past. I've really come to work on that myself, and I've really lived by that. Proving people wrong doesn't do anything. I like to provide the evidence and what I believe, and if you don't want to listen to me, I don't care. I don't care if one person watches this video, because I'm doing it because I love it, and I love speaking, and I like helping people and making people smile and making them get better. So that's a little bit about myself and my wife and our practice. Like I said, right now we don't even, we got some skeletons over here, my degrees, some paintings by our friend Sandy Spines. She does amazing, amazing work. But yeah, so that's what's coming for us. We're going to go from here, and I'm going to do a lot of videos, a lot of demonstration videos. A couple people I would recommend off the bat in the rehab exercise physiologic realm or anything like that. Jeff Nippard, killing it. Love his following. My buddy Chris Barakat is one of his partners. He's a researcher over in Florida. Great stuff. Great coach. Works in the lab. Like I said, Dr. Mike Israetel, Eric Helms, Mike Zordos, and Greg Knuckles, the reviewers from Mass Research Review. From an exercise physiologic standpoint, amazing. Lane Norton also produces great stuff. A little wacky, but produces good stuff. But there's a lot of guys out there that are doing great things in the exercise realm. The evidence-based chiropractor, Dr. Jeff Langley, every Monday, he just had his 250th podcast. Great stuff. Jordan Shao, I believe. The Muscle Doc is a good chiropractor, I believe. Steffi Cohen, 25 world record powerlifter, DBT physical therapist. So I'll be providing a lot of people who I like to listen to, who I've learned from, Dr. Don Murphy, Stuart McGill, a lot of people that just provide a good realistic outcome for evidence-based anecdotes. Everyone's personalities are all over the place. I think delivery is really important. Some of these people don't have the best delivery, but they still produce good information. If you can look past that, you can pull some good information out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first video. A very animated. I'm from New Jersey. You know how it goes. I've lost the accent a little bit, so it's bothering me a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for listening to our YouTube channel. My wife will definitely be doing videos with me, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.